I now give the floor to His Excellency, the Ambassador of the European Union.
Honorable co-chairs, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, I have the honor to speak on behalf of the European Union and its member states. We welcome the draft elements of the Sendai Declaration proposed by Japan and the zero draft submitted by the co-chairs, and would like at this stage to convey the following main observations to be reflected in the declaration and in the draft. Firstly, the focus on implementation is vital for the success of the new framework. A clear and concise framework, regularly reviewed, is essential for implementation by governments. We reiterate the importance of the new framework of delivering results and measuring progress. To this end, action-oriented targets linked to the priorities of action and supported by indicators can make a significant contribution. The draft rightly recognizes that each state has the primary responsibility to reduce disaster risks. Regional and intergovernmental organizations should play an important role to support the national and the local authorities to implement the new framework, including the regional platforms for disaster risk reduction. Secondly, as emphasized in the declaration, we need to promote the mainstreaming of disaster risk management with all policies, development and national sectoral policies, economic and financial strategies, and multilateral and bilateral assistance programs. It is also crucial to ensure a joint approach with climate change adaptation and a strengthening focus on reducing the underlying risk drivers and building the resilience of ecosystems for adaptation. Thirdly, the framework should address vulnerabilities and needs where it matters most and harness the potential of civil society. It should also integrate gender, age, and disabilities into disaster risk management. The new framework should factor in conflict and fragility, technological risks, emerging risks, and global shocks and stresses such as food and nutrition insecurity and epidemics. Fourthly, we support the need for a stronger effectiveness of investing in disaster risk management. The new framework should also clearly emphasize the contribution of disaster risk management to innovation and sustainable growth, and be developed and implemented in close partnership with all stakeholders, including the private sector and international financial institutions. Finally, we have a great opportunity to ensure that coherent approaches are taken across complementary global frameworks and political processes. The post-2015 development framework, the climate change agenda, and the World Humanitarian Summit. This should be further reflected at operational level and will involve coordinated action and advocacy to partners and stakeholders across these processes. All countries are affected by the increasing threats posed by disasters, and the European Union is not spared. Ownership and accountability at appropriate levels will be of key importance for the implementation of the framework. The EU and its member states are determined to continue playing an active role in the upcoming negotiations and stand ready to engage in an open and constructive dialogue with all partners and stakeholders. Allow me to conclude by recognizing the added value of the work of the co-chairs, the Bureau, and the ISDR Secretariat's contribution to this process. Co-chairs, thank you very much.
I thank His Excellency, the Ambassador of the European Union,